Hey guys, and welcome to Dainty Bite. Today I'm going to show you how to make focaccia a different way. This is Middle Eastern flavors at its best. Great oregano and cheese focaccia. You're gonna love it. I promise. I had this every day last week with some cucumbers and a cup of tea. Amazing. Let me show you how easy it is to make, and let's get started. You're gonna simply start with 4 cups of all-purpose flour, and I always leave all the amounts and all the ingredients in the description box below, so check it out. Half a tablespoon of salt. You're gonna add 3 tablespoons of instant dry milk. You're gonna mix everything together, and you're gonna add half a cup of vegetable oil. Now I prep the sugar, water, yeast mixture. 1 tablespoon of instant yeast, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1.5 cups of warm water. I let it rest. 10 minutes later, it's gonna become foamy, it's gonna bloom. I add it gradually on top of the flour. And this is not an exact science. I want the dough to be very loose, very shaggy. So every flour is different. You might add a little bit more water, or you might add a little less. And in case you don't have instant dry milk, you can use regular whole or skim milk. Just warm it up, mix it in with the instant yeast and the sugar. Use it instead of the water. Add on top of the flour and mix in. You're just gonna mix in until everything is well incorporated and the dough is smooth. You don't want to overwork the dough. A minute or 2 is all it needs. You're gonna cover it, let it rest for half an hour or an hour, depends on the room temperature. Mine was ready in half an hour. If you're liking my recipes and want to see more, please don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Hit the notification bell so that you won't miss any of my recipes. Follow me on social media. The links are going to be in the description box below. I'm going to snip some oregano from my garden. I'm going to remove the stems. This is a labor of love. It's going to take a while, but it's so worth it. You're going to wash, of course. You're going to need about 4 cups of oregano. And like I said, you need to wash and dry on a paper towel. You can give it a rough chop if you like. I usually do that. The dough has been resting for half an hour. Like I said, I'm gonna turn it a little bit, very gently. Fold just like so. The dough is a little sticky or a lot. You can see a close-up. I turn it a couple of times just like so. I'm gonna cover it and let it rest for another hour. This is what you're looking for: light, airy, jiggly dough. Give it a very gentle punch, and now I'm gonna start working on the filling. Here I have Panela cheese, halloumi cheese, 4 cups of oregano, washed, dried and roughly chopped, 1 cup of red onion. I'm gonna add a little bit of allspice, olive oil. I'm not gonna add any salt. The halloumi is pretty salty. I mix together, add on top of the dough. I'm gonna fold very gently. I barely fold once or twice just to mix the ingredients together. I don't want to deflate the dough too much. Just once or twice. Then move to a rectangular, deeper pan. Spread a little bit of olive oil. Then add the dough. I'll say 1 to 2 tablespoons. You're gonna dump the dough all in there. Spread it out a little bit. Cover and let it rest one last time. You might need to wait half an hour or an hour depending on the room temperature. You're gonna preheat the oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. The dough is ready. I'm gonna dimple the dough just like so. Take your time doing this. I'm gonna add some black sesame seeds on top. Bake until golden. It took about 25 minutes in my oven. Pan size is 9 by 13 inches. It's out of the oven and the whole house smells heavenly. This is one of my absolute favorite ways to make bread or to enjoy focaccia with some cheese and oregano. The oregano flavor is not overpowering. It blends nicely with the cheese, and I highly recommend adding the onions. If you're not a fan, you can leave them out, but they're gonna bake nicely inside the focaccia. I really hope you give this recipe a try. It's really good and so worth it. And until next time, bon appétit!